What's going on, guys? I'm Pikachu OTC from Simple Trade, and I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Welcome to another weekly review where we're gonna talk about the ETRADE deadline, the TD Ameritrade deadline, and of course some massive runners from the past week. But before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn your bell notification on so you don't miss any other future videos. As you all know from previous videos, in addition to the SEC Rule 15C211, the broker ETRADE issued another deadline to liquidate stocks, and that deadline was on Friday the 27th. That means that from this day forward, ETRADE users cannot buy stop stocks, and they can only sell them if they have one in their possession. That update was reflected on the market as there were a lot of stop stock signs that went down and even broke very strong supports. Now, the TD Ameritrade deadline will be on Friday the 3rd, meaning that after this week, TD users will only be able to sell stop stock signs if they have them in their possession. So what we are looking at right now is a situation where there is more selling power than buying power in stop stock signs. And it is important for me to emphasize that so you can all conduct a plan and take that factor into the equation. Now let's talk about some runners from the past week, and the first one on the list will be the company ICOA, and we already covered this stock on previous videos, so if you didn't watch it, make sure to go watch it now so you understand the story behind it. And we'll talk about the recent changes and the recent events from this company that got the stock price to go 800% from the first update and around 500% from the first time we alerted it on the Discord channel. On August 23rd, the company issued a corporate update saying that the company is currently in the process of completing the financial and disclosure statement to be uploaded to the OTC markets in order to achieve the pink current status. They also added here that they plan to upload all the financial disclosures and the attorney letter before the end of the month. Also, there will be a new website that will be announced on the company's socials media, and that social media is the Twitter account. They added the link down here, and if we go to this Twitter account, one day after the news, we can see that they tweeted a survey asking the shareholders, what do you think are the top best ways to improve a balance sheet? First, cancel outstanding shares. Second, cancel convertible debt. Or third, merger and acquisition. Now 3 days later, they tweeted, ICOA, for lack of an anonymous choice, let's do all three. We will be sharing more about this soon. Stay tuned. So they're saying right now that there is going to be an outstanding share cancellation. There is going to be convertible debt cancellation, and there is also going to be merger and acquisition. So these are absolutely enormous news, very, very good news. And on the same day, they tweeted the path to success. They showed us a timeline, and we can see here financials, attorney letter, pink current, debt cancellation, share cancellation, merger, and the final episode right here is the OTCQB. Now, the OTCQB is the most interesting part in this timeline, in my opinion, because in order for a company to be in the OTCQB, they have to be at a share price of over a penny, and the current price of the stock is 0043, meaning that from this day onward, they plan to make a minimum of 120% run. So this is a fantastic timeline. The company absolutely knows what it's doing. But now let's talk about the one thing that we should and we need take into this equation, and that is the fact that the company has yet to rule out the option of a reverse split. And as you all know, reverse split is the worst news you can possibly hear in the OTC. So make sure that you are on guard if that situation happens and you act quickly. Now, the last thing about this company is that they uploaded an annual report of 2010 and 2009, just like they said they would. Now, the company actually does not need to upload these financial filings. All they need to do is upload the last 2 annual reports and the last up-to-date quarterly reports, but I guess they are choosing to upload everything in order to be as much as transparent to the shareholders. which is good news. Now these updates from the news until today caused this great rally over here, and if you entered even at the first news right here on August 23rd, you could have made around 130%, which is very good. But overall, the stock has much more to offer. It'll be very interesting to see what will come in the near future. As I said, we are still missing 2 annual reports and 2 quarterly up-to-date reports. However, they might add everything by the end of the month, as they mentioned on the last PR. Now let's move to the second stock of this review, and that stock is TPTW. And my friend Trogloditi from Simple Trade as well made a review for this stock, and if you haven't watched the video, I'll post the link down in the description, and go watch it now before you come here, because he breaks down everything about this stock. He talks about why the stock went up so drastically and so hard, but what he did not show you is the 5-minute candle chart, and this is what I would like to talk about today. And we can also see that the company was held at the support of a penny, of 0.1011, and when the news came out, just check out this huge volume right here and the almost zero volume that the stock had before. And the reason there was no sell the news right here is because this came in such a surprise. Nobody knew this deal was going to happen, and because this was such a big deal and is very irregular for the OTC, the buying power over here was just insane. I mean, I cannot emphasize this enough. It is a 535% on a liquid stock run in 2 days, which is absolutely insane. Again, if you want to know what's the story behind it, what's the news, what caused this enormous breakout, make sure to go click the link in the description and see Trogloditi's review on this stock. Now let's move on to the third company of this review, a company on which I already explained in a hidden gem video, the company GEGP. So just like TPTW, if you haven't watched the hidden gem video on GEGP, make sure to go and watch it now so you understand the whole story behind it, and I'll post the link down in the description as well. So one day after the hidden gem video, the company actually filed 3 financial filings, and just like we reviewed, they needed to upload 2 annual reports and 2 quarterly reports, and they added 2 annual and 1 quarterly, meaning that they still need to upload 1 more quarterly report, and they still need to verify their profile to remove the stop stock sign. After that, they will need to upload the attorney letter, and then they will gain the pin current stamp once again. And you can see that on the day that the filings were filed, the company went down to 0007 and made a 55% run to 0011. It broke the resistance on the 0009, and right now it's some sort of a consolidation area until we will see the next filing and until we gain the pin current stamp. Obviously there is more for that company to offer, and we will see that in the near future. Let's go on the fourth stock of this weekly review, and that's the company LCLP, and we already reviewed this stock before. I'll post the link down in the description if you missed that video. But as we talked about, the huge breakout that occurred right here was because of an agreement to an acquisition of Belfrix Group, which is a blockchain technology firm, and that caused the first breakout right here. Now what happened on August 26th is that the company released news about closing the agreement, and as you can see right here, Live Clips is pleased to announce it has closed on its previously announced acquisition of Belfrix Group, a global blockchain technology. The acquisition includes Belfrix operation in Malaysia, Singapore, and more countries, and that was very good news, and this is what caused another 200% run, major breakout over here in 2 days. And now let's go over the final stock of this weekly review, the company DRGV. Now DRGV has an interesting story, but I will cover only the recent changes that occurred on August 27th. On Friday, the company filed pre-market. All the filings needed to be filed except the attorney letter, and you can see it right here on the OTC markets. They filed a lot of quarterly and annual reports. After 6 years of inactivity, And one of the most interesting things that I noticed on these financial filings was this section right here. The president of the company holds over 31 billion stocks, almost 32 billion, and if the president holds so many stocks, that might says that something big is coming, or she's very confident with her company. So we might see some interesting things coming up ahead, but as always, do your own due diligence and your own research. So these filings caused this breakout right here from 0014 to 0023, giving us around 64% in one day, which is very nice. Just like the other companies that we reviewed, the story is not over here. We are still waiting for the attorney letter, and after that we might see an official PR of the company business plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly review. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification on so you don't miss the future videos, comment down below your favorite stock, and of course join our Simple Trade Discord community.